Alright, let's get into it. Tennis ratings are exploding, grass courts are finally talking equal pay, the WTA just announced a game-changing new rule, and a Rafa racket sold for how much money? What's up everyone, welcome to the 5-Setter powered by Served Media. I'm Sam Rogers and we've got your weekly download of the top stories smashing across Racket Sports. We'll check out the top stories in tennis, culture, and beyond, plus a trivia tiebreak to test your grass court history. So Coco and Carlos didn't just lift trophies in Paris, they absolutely blew up ratings for TNT. In its first French Open broadcast, the men's final drew a peak of 2.6 million viewers, the most ever tuned into a men's French Open final in 4 years. But check this, Coco's final on Saturday pulled 1.5 million viewers. That's a 94% jump from last year, nearly double. It's the most watched women's final in the US since 2016. The takeaway, tennis on TNT, is a huge hit. The new era is officially here. What's your take? Did you vibe with TNT's coverage? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Huge news out of the UK. The LTA is committed to equal prize money at both Queen's Club and Eastbourne by 2029. It's about time. And a huge moment this weekend. For the first time in more than 50 years, a women's championship will be won at Queen's Club. That inaugural final is scheduled for Sunday. To top it off, they officially named the main stage the Andy Murray Arena. A legend gets his due. Speaking of money, Wimbledon just announced its biggest prize pool ever, almost $73 million. The singles champs, they're each walking away with over $4 million. This is a big deal. Is 2029 fast enough for equal pay? Let's have a conversation. Drop your thoughts in the YouTube comments. Oh, and Wimbledon is finally ditching human line judges, switching to live electronic line calling. After 147 years, the robots officially won. This might be the best story of the week. The WTA just rolled out a new rule that takes a massive leap forward. It protects rankings for players who undergo fertility treatments. For example, if an athlete wanted to freeze their eggs or start a family, the WTA has their backs when they return. Now, this is part of a bigger push to support athletes' lives off the court, and a huge shout out to Sloane Stephens, who was a major voice in making this happen. This is huge for the WTA. What's the next big issue the tours need to tackle when it comes to supporting their players? Let us know in the comments. So get this, Sara Errani, fresh off winning 2 doubles titles in Paris, immediately flew to Rome to play pro padel. She made her debut at the Premier Padel Italy Major, and she's already said she's eyeing a full-time switch after tennis. The paddle pivot is a real thing. More and more tennis athletes are crossing over to this sport that's blowing up globally. We have a poll up on our YouTube community page discussing, would you be more interested in watching padel if tennis stars make this changeover? Let us know, and let's see the results. Question: what's the most you'd pay for a piece of tennis history? Because the racket Rafa Nadal used to win his 10th French Open title in 2017 just sold at auction for $157,000. Insane. It's been photo matched to 24 different matches from that legendary season. It is officially the most expensive match-used racket ever sold, beating his own record when his 2022 Australian Open racket hit auction. If you had that kind of money, what's a piece of tennis memorabilia you would want to buy? We really need to see these answers, especially the wild ones. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright, it's time for your trivia tiebreak. As we already mentioned, it's the first time in more than 50 years that women are back competing at Queen's Club. So, who was the last woman to win a singles title there? Here's your hint. She lost 2 Grand Slam finals to Chris Evert, but teamed up with Everett to win a doubles slam. Think you know the answer? Drop your guess in the comments right now. No Google, no AI, we want to see who the real fans are. Now, to get the answer, well, you have to subscribe to our newsletter. Head over to servedpodcast.com to sign up. It's free, and we'll send the answer right to your inbox every Friday morning. Alright, it's time for the weekend draw. Your heads up on what's happening, where, and when. First up, in Stuttgart, the Boss Open final goes down Sunday, scheduled for 2 p.m. local time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern. At the Libema Open in the Netherlands, you've got a double header on Sunday. The women's final is at noon local time, 6 a.m. Eastern, and the men's final follows at 2:30 p.m. local, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. You can watch all that action on the Tennis Channel. And in London, history. The first WTA Queen's Club final in 52 years is set for Sunday at 1:30 p.m. local time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Finally, if you're Padel curious, the B&L Italy Major Final is Sunday night in Rome, kicking off around 6:30 p.m. local. Check it out on Red Bull TV or the Premier Padel YouTube channel. That's your weekend draw. You have the dates, you have the time, now plan accordingly. That's a wrap on this week's 5-setter. And here's the deal. If you like this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free and helps us out a ton. Drop a comment, leave a like, tell a friend, and don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter. Head over to servedpodcast.com to subscribe. We have a full slate of content for you. This show, 5-setter, will drop on YouTube every Friday. Our full-length Served with Andy Roddick will drop new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube. And of course, we'll have those newsletters as well. That's going to wrap up this week's 5-setter. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the matches. Until next time, peace.